Hello, everyone. Today, the topic is problems. And it's not the kind of problems you might think. It's not even your own problems. The topic for today is actually, to be more clear, should you take on other people's problems? And I've been thinking about it a lot lately myself. And because I think I'm a, I'm pretty much of an empath, so to speak. And I have been thinking about have I been taking too much problems from other people on in my life, and how do I do that now? How do I feel about that now? And I don't know if you recognize it from yourself, but for many years I thought that taking on other people's problems was meant that you are social and that you care about other people. And I guess there's a little change in me inside of me that's occurring for quite some time already now, and I can do it even without feeling guilty for it because I can't really advise you what to do, of course, but I just want you to think about it because the question itself already is a little bit of an answer here. Should you do that? So that means you're thinking about it, just like I am doing right now, and I think that I should not be taking up those problems. If anything you want to do, if there's something you want to do for somebody else, is be a listening ear. You can listen to somebody, and even that's within reason, because I also know that a lot of people are they wallow in their problems, and they will keep coming back for more conversations and more talks and more support, and on hours that when the kids were younger, they I had to postponed bringing the kids to bed, or they had to go to bed earlier, and all because of other people's problems. I had to reorganize my time, reorganize my kids' time, and there's a few moments that I can recall that I think, well, I regret that a little bit. So now, um, many years further, um, it's been on my mind a lot. And I think if I don't regret things in life, because I don't think you should regret, because if you've been doing things all your life with conviction, right intention, then why should you feel sorry, or why would you feel pity that you have been doing things, or why you think it's been a waste or whatever? I don't think in terms like that. But to say now I'm going to take up on other people's problems, for me, I'm definitely going to say no. I'm not going to take them on. I'm going to, if anything, listen to it, but that's as far as it goes. And I mean, other people outside of my little circle, my kids is something else. But still, even though my kids, I've learned that I can't take up on their problems. They have to. That sounds a little bit harsh. They have to sort it out themselves, and all I can do is be there on the background, and or be there as a guide, give them guidance, or give my opinion if they ask for it. But to take on their problems, because actually I think it's not even really possible to do that, because it's not your problem. So you can try to be empathetic, but not as far as it's going to cost you, because it shouldn't cost you, because it exhausts you after a while. I mean, I can really vouch for that, and maybe you can too. I don't know how far you are with, or how where in life you are with being, being an empath to um, to draw the line and to have your boundaries. And I think that's one of those things that you hear a lot lately on the internet about boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. And that's good and well, but just a boundary without knowing why you're doing what you're doing is a different thing. So it took me a little bit of a going back in history, a little bit of soul searching, and I came to the conclusion that I've been setting my boundaries already for quite some years now, and I'm holding off a lot of things, and my life became more peaceful, and also more honest to my children around me, more honest to myself, because, and even honest to the person who comes for I don't know if always really help, but they come in with their problems, and maybe even expect you to help them, and there I draw a line. I make clear that I am an open ear, and further I can only, you know it's very difficult. You have to be careful with giving advice to people. That's what I learned as well. But they have to know I cannot take on their problems. They have to sort it out themselves, because not in a harsh way, but you have to make them known that it's your strength. You have to overcome your problems. You have to solve your problems. You have to deal with your problems, and one can only be stand by you as a kind of silent anchor. That is possible, but not anymore on the expense of you, or in this case, or as I say, for myself or in mine. I'm not going to rebuild my home and put mattresses and for a friend with kids who left her husband and in the middle of the night and stuff like that. I mean, there's a I know it's difficult because I have been in situations where I needed help as well. But I mean, you have to show the people also that I need some sort of support, but I don't want you to take over my problems, or I don't want you to take on my problems. That I think I never done at all, because that's not in me. I want to solve it myself. I need to deal with it myself, and I expect other adult people to do that as well. And young adults, you have to teach them how to do that. I don't know if you feel how you feel about that, or what's your opinion about this, but like I said, the topic for today is, should you take on other people's problems? Um, I categorically say no, and I'm sure I'm going to get reactions on that, and that I'm not being social, I'm not being a helpful person, I'm not being a kind person. But I can assure you, I am. But I also am kind to myself now, and I'm in my early 60s, and I've been through a lot of situations, from needing help, for having to give help or support, and I learned from that. I learned how to do it and how not to do it anymore, or how to bend it towards another direction, which helps both of the people, the person with the problem and me, because as I said, you cannot take on the problem from the person itself. So I don't know if you agree with this, or if you have a problem yourself, or if you have somebody in your surroundings who needs your help. And I can only say that this is how I am solving it. This is how I am doing it. I have my clear boundaries for that, and and I can only advise you to do this the same for you. Just ask yourself the question: should I be doing this? And not just go into it a full speed, and open your doors and your heart, and go for it, because your time also goes on, and also from the people around you. They also need their attention. So I think it's also about the depth of how far, yes, how deep the problem is, how big the problem is. And sometimes you have to say, well, you better go to an expert about on this topic, because it's way over my head. I have the heart for it, but it's way over my head, and I shouldn't be taking on your problem like that. So yeah, as I said, just asking yourself the question, should I be doing this, is already a sign. And many times, I think deep down in your heart, you know the answer. You really, really know the answer inside. Your stomach will tell you, should I be doing this? And if you feel squeezed inside your stomach, and you feel your chest tightening, then you know, I should I should find a way to guide this person towards a situation that they can help themselves, because I think that's where it's at. I've been coming to think of it just like that now. It's an extreme situation. I've many years ago, I was a voluntary person for UNICEF, and there they taught us, like, we we help people help themselves. And I think that one at that time already hit home to me. I think I was in my 20s somewhere, and that always stood by me. That saying, you have to help people help themselves. And I think there is even this little story about, learn somebody how to fish and they can eat for that day, and learn them. Or give them a fish and they can eat that day. Sorry, and learn them how to fish and they can eat for the rest of their lives. Now that's a beautiful story, but there is a truth in there. I still believe so. So I cannot categorically answer the question, should you do this? Of course, it's all up to you, and all of your on you, how you want to deal with it and how you want to do with it. I can just say, from my experience and from my point of view, um, don't just step into it straight away, and open your heart and your house and everything, and take it on. Help the person help themselves, and I think that's the motto I'm going to stick by. And maybe it's some food for thought for you, so how to deal with it if you have somebody knocking on your door at the moment, for help, or if you need help. It's two things that Yeah, that can occur, of course. You might be in, and just think of it. Should you do it or should you not do it? That's the question, and it's for you to answer. So maybe I see you in my next video, and maybe have some food for thoughts right now. So I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.